shifting focus now. Well, the second phase of COVID vaccination has begun. Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself became the first beneficiary in the second phase of nationwide vaccination against the coronavirus, which began today. During phase 2, people above 60 years of age and those above 45 years with comorbidities will be receiving their first jab of the Covid-19 vaccine. I'm being joined in the studios in Guwahati by Dr. Rakesh Periwal of Apollo Hospitals, Guwahati. Dr. Nabajyoti Gogoi will also be joining me shortly from Dibrugarh. Dr. Periwal is all smiles, as I can see. Well, we have been discussing this even earlier in your earlier discussions. We've been discussing how people have been apprehensive and how it is the vaccines are safe and we should trust them. And finally, the time has come. The PM himself taking a shot of the vaccine, and of course, it's the turn of the masses now. Excited?
Yeah, and the best part is 6 weeks have gone by. So if there were serious adverse events, they would have come to the fore. So with vaccines, you have efficacy may take time to know how long it lasts, what immunity does it give, that only time will tell. But side effects are something we get to know pretty fast. So we are rest assured that we are fairly safe with this vaccine, almost 6 months in the drive, and now we are into the challenging population, the elderly and those with comorbid illnesses. And I think they are also elderly. Doctors have received the vaccine. It's not that is the first 60+ person who has received. The healthcare workers who are elderly have also received the vaccine, and they have done fairly well. And we are just waiting that all it goes through August as had been promised, and that we are vaccinated by then.
Absolutely. And we have had reports coming in from Arunachal Pradesh, Tawang, Bomdila to be specific, 84-year-old, 85-year-old people taking the vaccine. So clearly after this, there should be no doubts about the efficacy or at least the safety.
Safety, true. And the other thing is they are the ones who need it the most. Let us realize this also. It's actually the elderly people, with those with comorbidities. One of the things which vaccine does is, even if you get the disease, the severity is less, and that is what we want. We just want it like a common cold. We don't want people to have pneumonia, falling oxygen levels, and reaching hospital. That is what we don't want. And this is where the vaccine is going to score the most.
Absolutely. And as now the common masses start taking the vaccine, do you think it is now is the right time? Now is the right time to also simultaneously launch an awareness campaigns through all fronts to make it a success, because this is the need of the hour. COVID is still very much there. Recently, we had cases in Maharashtra shooting up, even prompting the Chief Minister to say that the state government is even mulling another fresh lockdown. Same has been the case with Kerala. So yes, the battle is not over, and this is a good beginning. Today is again a good beginning. This is truly, because all this time it was the frontline workers, the health workers, most of them had to compulsorily take. Now is the phase when people would voluntarily have to come out and take their shots of the vaccine. So this is again probably the time where there should be no let up.
True. And in a country which has 100 crore people, even 1% would mean 1 crore. So there can be a lot of voices who have other concerns, and those concerns need to be addressed. I don't say they don't need to be addressed. But what I need to say is those voices will be very few. And as time goes by, some people are just trying to see, okay, what happens? Let's see. I tell you 6 weeks have gone by. That's what I said. Those who are being vaccinated, no. We have shown the way ahead with healthcare taking in the first round, and now you can be rest assured that it's safe, and it's very important to vaccinate the vulnerable.
And we have been connected to Dr. Nabajyoti Gogoi, DSO, District Surveillance Officer, Dibrugarh. Welcome, Dr. Gogoi, to Bottom Line. Well, the second phase of COVID vaccine begins. And it's a big occasion. The Prime Minister himself taking his first shot of the vaccine. It's time for the masses to partake of the vaccine now. So clearly, again, we should say, can we say a very crucial stage once again in the battle against COVID-19?
Oh, yes, very right. Rightly say so. Most of the people have been waiting for a very long time to take the vaccine. Today, we saw the glimpses of it. As we have started opening to the older people, 60+ people, we have been receiving a lot of phone calls, and a lot of people have turned up today. And overall, we have covered about 65% of our healthcare workers. and frontline workers. And we have registered around, in Dibrugarh, we have registered around 30,000 people. Out of that, we have completed vaccination of 48.52. And people are eagerly waiting. There are many people, those who are a little bit complacent and a little bit scared of taking vaccine. So hereby I would like to request to the people, those who are having any doubts, I would like to say, please believe us. This is a very safe vaccine. What we've experienced throughout these months, giving all vaccines to the very older people, even 80 plus people are coming, older people, they are taking vaccines. And they're very happy. And we think we'll achieve this vaccination and a better percentage in coming days so that we can develop a herd immunity among the people.
Now, I was asking Dr. Periwal here in the studio the same question to you. Initially, due to various reports, which we don't want to get into now, there was a lot of apprehension when it comes to taking the vaccine. There was reluctance. Even we have had reports coming in from some parts of the Northeast where even health workers did not want to take their first shots of the vaccine. Do you think now with time, now since majority of the health workers have been covered somehow or the other in the region, the situation is much better and overall people in general have more faith in the vaccine?
Oh yes, definitely. There's no reason why people should not believe this. And we should take all vaccines are safe. In fact, in the entire world, whichever vaccine has been given permission, and all are safe. All are equally safe. We can take all the vaccine, irrespective of Covishield or Covaxin. You can take both of them. These are very safe vaccine. We have given it to many people. So many people have experienced. Mildest, very little people have a little bit of sort of feverish feeling, but they have just recovered within 12 hours or to 24 hours. And it's giving a very good result, and that's been reflected. The cases are decreasing, and as we progress, if we achieve up to 60 to 70% people, those will be immunized in a society, then we can expect the herd immunity to settle in.
Now it's one thing, Dr. Periwal, to conduct the vaccination process in cities. Totally another, maybe to make the rural folks aware of things, and it's challenging as well, especially considering the region, the remotest corners. Do you think that is where the role of probably everyone, every department, every section, the NGOs, the civil society, everything comes in?
Yeah, and I think we have an excellent medical setup because we have these health centers right from the primary health center level to community level, and then we have the referral hospitals. So in structure wise, we have presence of people, presence of infrastructure at almost all level, and we have some kind of governance also at these small levels also, so we can reach out to people. And with technology at our disposal, it has become really easy. So we can reach out almost each and every person. They can register online. They can make a phone call to get themselves registered. As my fellow colleague said, a lot of phone calls coming today to get themselves registered. So I think that will not be such a big challenge. If we can conduct elections in far-flung places, with very few electorates in one booth, maybe we can vaccinate people also. And just like the polio drive, where we have been successful in eradicating polio, we will see the same about COVID. And I think we also need to realize we might require this vaccination certificate for movements, entries, to get rid of the COVID tests, international travel. Now we will realize these issues very, very soon, because traveling would require probably a vaccination certificate.
Absolutely, that is something. Of course, we have to still wait for it. In fact, it has begun. It's already there in certain places. Dr. Gogoi, well, I'm running out of time. Assam did handle the COVID situation very well. Now, with the vaccination process, well, Assam still is a big challenge because of, first of all, the area and the population. Are you confident the existing setup is capable of, again, accelerating the vaccination process the way it handled the COVID, the pandemic in the state?
There's one way to look into, if I look into this subject in a scientific way, See, we need about 60%, 50 to 60% people to get infected and get the immunity, to get the herd immunity, which I have been talking very repeatedly. But people are worried about the second wave. Second wave in the sense, if there is any mutation, any mutated virus might come in, there might be another sort of spike of the cases out here. Well, you know, like the way we calculate, it is the R0 factor, where how many person one person can can give the infection to other people. So R0 value is almost average 3 in the previous strain, but the present strain it is about more than 4%. So if that strain comes in, or suppose the virus get mutated, then we'll be needing around 70 to 80% people to be getting, they will have to develop immunity. So in that case, the vaccination is very, very necessary at this moment to get the immunity level of the people to be up to 70 to 80%. Then there will be no scare of the second wave, or there will be no scare of another mutant, UK mutant or South African mutant to come in and attack us again. So that's why vaccination is very important. We'll have to, now as the vaccine has come out, we just cannot let the infection go to develop the immunity. We'll have to check it in a better way, go for very strict contact tracing and immunize people. That's why we need the help of people, so that people self-isolate themselves and come to us, get themselves vaccinated.
Absolutely, very important, very important. It's a new beginning in the fight against COVID, and we hope things function smoothly. And well, India, we can say, has done pretty well so far in the battle against COVID. Thank you so much, Dr. Gogoi. Thank you so much, Dr. Periwal. I'm running short of time. Would have loved to take this discussion forward, but I'm sure we'll get more opportunities. That's a wrap of Bottom Line tonight.